Today is going to be a little different episode. I'm going to talk about building your own effect pedal. So I bought a do-it-yourself guitar pedal effect kit. So this is from Build Your Own Clone Effects, and it's a British Blues Overdrive kit, which much is like a Marshall Blues Breaker. I have never built a pedal before. I have never done the electronic work. I have never soldered in my life, so it's going to be a very interesting kind of project. The kit comes with a lot of components. You have the PCB card and all different kind of things. And what I did first was to try to sort every little component to really see what is what. For me, resistors, capacitors and so on, diodes, I don't know exactly what is what and so on. So I started to try to figure out what is what and then categorize them to what they are, and then compare to the building instructions where to solder them on the PCB. The instructions were pretty good. I think they could be even better, but I think it's one of the better instructions. When I looked at other YouTube videos and so on, some instructions are very are not so good. So the big issue here is to solder, I think, because that is a precision work with a tin and a solder iron, and if you don't know how to do it, it's going to be a little bit of a learning curve to build up that skill. So I bought a little PCB card to train to solder. So I soldered a couple of things just to see how it works, and so I don't make my big mistakes on the actual pedal components. Since I have never soldered before, I had to go and buy a solder iron, and I bought me a simple one and little tin, lead-free tin I use, and this is quite small. They come in different thickness, and then you need a wire cutter, and I think these come in handy as well. And I also got one of these, a steel wool kind of sponge, where you can wipe off the excess tin on the solder iron, because you need to keep it very clean to be soldering to keep the precision in soldering. Yeah, one more thing I bought, and it was a helping tool. And this British Blues Overdrive kit from the Build Your Own Clone site, I bought it in a web shop in Sweden because it was the cheapest way for me to didn't have to pay any expensive shipment fees or so. And most of the kits are available from United States or other United Kingdom or Europe, and there are different fees for taxes and shipments. So this was a good choice for me. When it comes to the enclosure, it's pre-drilled, which I think is, if you are a beginner, that could be a good choice, even if drilling is not that difficult. But yeah, and then you have an option to design those as you want. You can write with a marking pen or just dynamo print labels, and you can do more advanced options to paint them or silk screen them or whatever you want to do. I'm going to spray paint this pedal just to have another finish than just this metal look that is not very beautiful. You can polish it and you can try to make it look better, but I will spray paint this with a primer first and then a color, and maybe I will put some decorations on and then have a lacquer finish on it. So that is my starting point, and then I will start to solder the resistors, capacitors and diodes and the cables. And then we come to the exciting, fantastic test. Will it work? That's the big question. Test. Will it work? Exciting, fantastic test. Will it work? Exciting, fantastic test. Will it work? Will it work? Hello and welcome to Dr. P Music Channel. I bought this build your own guitar pedal kit, and I have soldered about 90% of all the soldering, and it has been a great challenge for me to finish this project, and now I'm stuck in the process of putting the pots put the pedal together, and that is nothing to do with soldering, and it's just a matter of having 8 hands and 12 fingers and a lot of patience, and at the moment I don't have that patience, so I have put the project on in a pending mode. So maybe I will have more patience and more time to concentrate on this project later on, but at this point I'm taking a rest. I'm not giving up, but I'm taking a rest. I think the soldering part was challenging, but I tested some soldering and tried and had some difficulties, but I think I got the soldering pretty good, so that part was doable, But then it's a lot of other tricky parts of putting the things together with not much space for hands and things falling apart before you get it together. So it's a little bit disappointing that it was harder than I thought, but I thought it was the soldering part that should be the hardest, but that was not the case. But for now on, I will put it aside and concentrate on doing other reviews and guitar playing, and I will come back with another video, and hopefully I will have a finishing video of this build your own guitar pedal kit as well, but I don't know when. Thank you for watching. Please hit subscribe and like if you like it, and subscribe and hit the bell button to get notified when new videos are published.